Hello and welcome back to our Bible story time. I'm so glad that you came to join us today. We're reading stories from the Lectionary Story Bible, which is by Ralph Milton, and I'm so grateful that Ralph gave his permission for us to share his stories. Today we're reading God Chooses a Child, based on 1 Samuel 15:34 to 16:13. David had a very important job. Even though he was still a teenager, David looked after the sheep. He led the sheep from place to find the grass for them to eat. If one of the baby sheep, a lamb, was hurt or sick, David took special care of it. If a hungry lion came to eat the sheep, David would chase the lion away. It was hard work for a boy, and it was lonely because he had to stay out all night looking after the sheep. He couldn't go to his nice soft bed at home. One day, David saw Eliab, one of his brothers, running over the hill toward him. "David, David," Eliab yelled. "Go home right away. The famous prophet Samuel is at our house. He wants to meet you." "Why does he want to see me?" said David. "I don't know," gasped Eliab. He could hardly talk because he had been running so hard. "Samuel made all the boys in our family stand in front of him. I was the first because I'm the oldest." "What did he say?" asked David. "Nothing. He just looked hard, really hard at me. And then he asked for the next brother to stand in front of them. He did that to all 7 of us." "Why does he want to see me?" "I don't know. I don't know what Samuel wants. But after he had seen 7 of us, he asked if there were any more brothers. Dad said there was just you, the youngest son, out in the hills near Bethlehem looking after the sheep. Dad told me to run and get you. So go, David, hurry." David ran as fast as he could all the way home. There he saw the famous prophet Samuel sitting on a cushion. The rest of David's family was gathered around him, David's sisters and brothers and his mother and father. David could tell something important was happening. "Stand in front of the prophet," said David's mother. "Do what he tells you." David was still breathing hard from running. Samuel looked at him for a long time. David didn't know what to say or do. Then Samuel nodded his head and smiled. "Kneel," he said. David got down on his knees. Samuel took a sheep's horn and poured oil from it all over David's head. David and all his family were very surprised. "Why is Samuel pouring oil on David's head?" his mother asked. "They only do that when someone is going to be a king." "Shh," said Samuel. "This is a secret. Don't tell anyone about it." Then very quietly he said, "Stand up, David. Come walk with me in the hills. I have some things to tell you." So young David and the old prophet went for a walk together. "Why did you pour oil on my head?" David asked. "Because God has chosen you, David. God has chosen you to do a very hard and important work. It will be a little bit like looking after your sheep, David, except you will be caring for people, many people." "But why me?" David asked. "I am the youngest child in our family. My family isn't rich or important. We live in Bethlehem, which is just a tiny little town. Why me?" "Why you, David?" The old man shook his head slowly. "I don't know. God always seems to do that. God always asks people who are not important, who are not strong, people nobody else would choose. God asks them to do very important things." "What should I do now?" asked David. "Go back to your sheep," said Samuel. "Take good care of them. It's a good way to learn how to take care of people. And talk to God when you are out there in the hills. Talk to God often. Slowly, bit by bit, you will find out what kind of dream God has for you." That night, when all the sheep were lying on the grass sleeping, David looked up at the stars. They seemed to be very bright. It was cold, but David felt warm all through, as if he was being held in his mother's arms. "What do you want me to do, God?" David whispered. In his mind, David heard the answer. It wasn't a voice exactly, but David knew God was talking to him. "I want you to know that I love you, David. That's all I want you to do right now. I just want you to know that I love you." I'm so glad that you could join us for our Bible story time today. I hope you'll be back again tomorrow. Bye for now.